Hey Ted,
Yes, Alex?
let me tell you about Man.
I've swapped complete failure as a Kickstarter.
Star Fox Command is the first game that you get to be Anthony Birch.
The first of many fuck yous. Like a fucking Looney Tunes? Suck.
The only stipulation was behave yourself and keep your dick in your pants, and you have not followed through on that.
Hey Tad,
Yes, Alex?
let me tell you about my coping mechanisms for my meaningless existence. So, for those who watched a couple episodes ago, I did my little quarter-life crisis episode where video games sucked and made me want to, well, not kill myself, but maybe just really bummed out a lot, like a super-duper big amount, right? You remember all that? Well,
Yeah, I remember. Definitely in the past happening.
well, I've slowly been getting better with that already because I've realized I hit this epiphany the other day when Crash Team Racing updated and added a Fortnite-style battle pass to it that all video games are dead, that there is pretty much no reason to ever play video games ever again. Now, I've complained a lot about Fortnite's chores. I'm going to go off about Crash for a second because it's really important to the whole bit here. So bear with me with this. But I'll talk about how I got really sick of Fortnite with the chores and how the game's all about them rather than actually playing the game, right?
Yeah, chore night.
Yeah, chore night. With Crash, I was Crash Team Racing. I was fucking loving it when it first was out. I loved just doing this adventure mode, the stupid little cutscenes, unlocking the characters, and playing online with my friends. And there was a Fortnite-styled store, but it's all in-game currency, and ultimately it doesn't matter that much once you unlock the characters from it. So it didn't bug me that much. And mostly, they had a really nice unlock system where there were some characters you could buy off the store, but there are other characters you unlocked via the game. Like you beat Ripperoo, Papu Papu, Pinstripe, and then Oxide. You unlock them. But there is even more things. If you do all the Crystal Gem challenges, you get Fake Crash. You do all the time trials and beat fucking Entropy, you get Entropy. Those are great ideas. I liked that. However, the update kind of soiled that whole bit, where now how you unlock the new characters from here is either you buy them at the Fortnite store, or you say you get Tawna and all the shitty skins for Crash and Crunch, you do a bunch of challenges. And all of these challenges are a bunch of stupid gimmicky shit that you would never really normally do. Again, the thing that was starting to bug me about the Fortnite challenges. I liked challenges that were like, get a couple shotgun kills or pistol kills, but I hated, hey, go ride a fucking go-kart and do these time trials over here at this part of the fucking island. I would literally never actually do that until they told me to and dangle the XP in front of my face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so with the Crash
So were these ones for Crash, are they like hit an enemy with a go-go? I don't know what the items are in Crash go-kart racing, but like hit an enemy with a Wumpa fruit, or like hit a nitro box 5 times. Is it shit like that?
Well, those are the good ones, and yes, there are. Like, there's like you play fucking Cortex and hit 3 people with a missile. That's easy. Like you would normally just do that anyway. And Cortex is a balanced character. Like that one's okay. I don't really care because you would normally just try to hit people with missiles anyway. So just play a different character. No big deal. But it's the ones where it's like, hey, do an entire lap backwards and still come in first place. Or like, which is funny. Or like, hit someone with a TNT box that's on you. Like it's called Kamikaze, which is bugged and never worked, by the way. Or like, hey, do this one map. Like, come in first in this map, then come in first in this map after you came into the last lap and last. Or do this. It's all in the new map that came out, by the way. Do this map, but as one of the new characters. Then all 5 of the new characters. Then come in first with specifically Tawna. We did this. Oh, excuse me. We did this fucking this map, the fucking Egyptian map, like 20 fucking times. Because what we were doing was the exact same thing we did in Fortnite, where we stopped having the fun with it, where instead of playing the game, we were doing chores. Example, we were all playing the new fucking waifu characters, because all 5 characters were just got all the fucking waifu bandicoots. We're all playing them. We're like, hey, we have to do the challenge where like one guy starts in last and gets in first. So we're gonna like do this race normally, but like let you just basically fucking win. And we take turns doing that. We took turns doing the stupid box thing. And we kept doing all this stupid gimmicky shit. And we had to only do this one map because that's where like half of the challenges were in. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to become really lot fun really fucking fast. And then also, there's a fun little word, two little words that they use on the big, I'm just gonna call it the fucking Battle Pass. On the Battle Pass, dailies and weeklies. Tad, there are dailies and weeklies in fucking Crash Team Racing. And then finally, the last thing that made me really pissed off, and this one is not actually relegated to the Battle Pass, but to the players themselves. Kind of like how Chivalry was ruined by its own players and their thirst for winning, where they would just start to play like stupid shit. With Crash Team Racing, the tryhards in that game aren't that big of a deal, because even if you don't win, even if you come in second or third, or you just straight don't finish, you still get a lot of coins. But here's the problem with that. Why the fuck should I play if I'm just going to get a lot of coins anyway? And,
I mean, for fun.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. One of the issues with this do not finish bullshit is that when it comes to the tracks, everyone wants to get the Wumpa coins. You have a daily bonus, because again, there's dailies. You have a daily bonus for how many Wumpa coins you get, which is like doubled or tripled or whatever on the weekends. And you come in here, you do your Wumpa coins, but everyone's going to vote for the longest maps, because the longest maps give the most coins. Because you just
so the game is warping around these quote unquote extra challenges that you can do. No one, let's say that your favorite map is Penguin Befuddled Island.
I was gonna say Tiger
like.
Temple, because Tiger Temple's really short. No one's gonna ever vote for that. You better hope your favorite maps are Polar Pass, Cortex's Castle, fucking what's it called? The fucking time map, the out of time map, the lightning fucking place with the vines. I don't remember what it's called, but let's just call it Shithole Island with the stupid skip, and Aesthetic Land. It's called like a Neon fucking Road or something, where it's this big fucking beautiful aesthetic futuristic Electronic Avenue. That's it, yeah, Electronic Avenue. If you have those 5 maps your favorite, then you're gonna love this game. If you don't like those maps, well, you better get used to it, because it's the only 5 maps people vote for. And so I
don't like that it has like double coins on weekends, because that's what a fucking phone game does.
Yeah, it's like all these little things that affect how people play. Because, like, sure, like, you can tell me, and I can tell you that I don't really care. Like, I only want, like, these 2 skins. I don't care about anything else. I don't really care about the daily bonuses, right? I don't care. Here's the thing. The 7 other people in the lobby do care, Tad, and they do want to go to those same 5 maps, and they do want to just play these same 3 characters for the challenges, and they do want to only play as the same 4 waifus, or the 5 waifus, because the 5 waifus get a bonus if to your fucking nitro meter, to your Battle Pass EXP. Now, Ted, I'm going to talk about game rewards and why games suck right now. And this is where I'm segueing into my feelings. When it comes to game rewards...
Hold on a second. Before you do, I want to tell you, so Magic Arena, the digital version of Magic the Gathering, they added a fucking Fortnite Battle Pass as well, right?
Of course they did.
But it's really, really cool, because if you buy it for, I think it's like $30 or something. If you buy it, you get a little cat. But if you click on that cat too many times, you'll get banned from the game. Because if you click on it too many times, the game crashes.
Based.
So if you're ever going to lose, and the opponent or you have a battle pass, you just click that fucking cat until the game crashes, and you get a tie.
Easy. So
basically. That's all I wanted to mention.
Well, I was going to say, when it comes to game rewards, what feels better? If I were to say, do an entire lap backwards, let's just say that's a stupid challenge, a stupid, annoying, gimmicky challenge. Let's say I did that entire lap and I got a new character, versus I got 300 EXP towards a new character. Which one sounds more interesting and more rewarding?
Not playing the game so you can get a character to then play the game with.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what I hate. And this is the thing that affects WoW, it affects Fortnite, it affects fucking Apex Legends, it affects everything. Where instead of actually just rewarding you for what you do, it's giving you tiny little boosts, teeny bits of nothing that are not really worth anything. Like, in WoW, it's an RPG. What feels better? Doing a quest and getting a new sword, or doing a quest and getting 500 EXP to then go up to a 1% upgrade to the current sword you're already using? One of those looks new, looks cooler, and you get more use out of it, versus, hey, it's the one that I'm already using and I don't really feel any different. It's not rewarding gameplay, and this is a problem that a lot of games are having now, and this is why so many games, to me, personally, feel like such shit.
it's games as a service because the market's so fucking full of games. Like fucking Team Sonic Racing doesn't have that. Have you played Team Sonic Racing? Like,
I love Team Sonic Racing.
At all?
I would love to go play that again rather than the Crash Team Racing right now. I'm going to say it. I like that game way fucking more because there's no bullshit in it. I would love it if all of my friends would stop playing Crash. Oh, well, the 3 friends, and then we get the other 4. We could all play Team Sonic Racing, and I'd love it. I would love it so much more. I would love just playing as Shadow, not having any bullshit. I would just like to play as fucking Metal Sonic. I would love if they just updated that game and added some more characters. Like, I want the Babylon Rogues, personally. But that's just me. The point is that I hate that Crash made me feel so happy and then immediately disappointed me. Kind of like what Elsor did. So again, I fell in that little slump. But then I talked to you, and this is you obviously don't really know the conversation, but the fans don't. And this is important to how I'm holding up and have become so much
this is
happier.
Important to the let me tell you about lore.
Yeah, this is important to how this helped me and how it can potentially help other people who are feeling bummed out that, well, okay, that video games suck, but for whatever that you like, whatever your hobby is starts to not feel that great
If you
to you.
have something more important in your life than video games, I don't know how, but
My point is that if your hobby starts to bore you, here's what I did to feel better. I was talking to you, and you were complaining about how all of your friends suck, including me, that we're not doing anything special with our lives. Now, I would love to say, like, hey, Ted, it's really easy for you to sit there and just judge everyone else rather than judge your own life. But hey, we'll save that conversation for later. Point is that you were ripping on everybody, including me, saying,
everyone doesn't really feel like
Yeah,
it.
they have all these ideas and these dreams, and they won't pursue them, and that way I can't mooch off them. I'm Ted.
Wow, Aleks, I can't believe you remember that entire conversation 1-to-1.
Literally, word for word, what Ted said. And he really pissed me off, where he's like, I can't believe, like, you, Aleks, you had the whole episode where you're like, oh, yeah, you're gonna start drawing again, but you're not gonna try anything new. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not good enough for you. Well, I'll show you something that's good enough. So I bought a fucking sketchbook, and I've been drawing basically every day now, and doing new things as a middle finger to Tad, but I fell for Tad's trap. I just improved my own life just to spite him. So anyway, this is
Gotcha, bitch.
So anyway, thank you for accidentally making my life a little better. This is important for the fans out there that are listening. That video games sucked, and I became happier by picking up drawing again. But it's kind of cheating for me to say that, because I'm not going to say everyone should just start drawing all of the time. That's not the cure. It's the cure for specifically me because I like to draw. Here's a little story for the fans who are going to love this cute little bit. When I was a little teeny tiny kid.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I actually knew what I wanted to be pretty much immediately, which not a lot of people could say that. I don't talk about it much, but I actually always knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to make cartoons, or comics, or games, or whatever. I wanted to make some kind of little cute entertainment for other kids. Because when I was growing up, I had a pretty shitty family. I was not really, I never really felt like I belonged with my family. Like many others, I was different, but not like the rest. But I felt more like the family pet rather than the actual family member.
Oof.
Anyway, I'll sum it up like that. We never really got along that much, and I was mostly on my own. And I never really talked to him about this, but when I was a little kid, I used to love drawing in my little notebook. I drew TV Man, and I've actually been posting this in Bards and Artisans in our Discord. Now, my art's not good, but I used to just love drawing as a kid. And when I was a little kid, I made a comic. I read Captain Underpants, and I saw that the kids in that book went and made a little comic, and they gave it out to their friends in school. And I said, that's a great idea, so I did exactly that. I drew a little comic, folded, I scanned a bunch of papers on it, and copied it at my mom's fucking work with her copy machine, and made a shitload of them, folded them all up, stapled them together, and made these little fucking, comic books of TV Man, and gave them out to my friends. So, right there, I was 6 or 7 or whatever. So, it was obviously stupid and shitty and, just childish, but right there, I knew always what I wanted in life. Now, obviously, I'm a lazy asshole, never really pursued it that much, and just played video games, but even when people were ripping on me, like my parents, and you ripping on me for not doing anything, I know what I want, I'm just a lazy asshole. But like, so me going back to drawing now and trying to actually learn as opposed to just doodling, because we used to have a webcomic. Well, I used to have a webcomic on Drunk Duck before this whole thing happened. It was like a shitty stick comic, and obviously wasn't all that good, and that's why I deleted it. But I was still like, again, I knew what I wanted. I was just lazy.
Wait, which one? Because there was 3. There was Important Business, TV Man, and then like a 2-issue of just like you drew that frog from Yoshi's Island because he thought it was really funny.
I thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the whole goddamn world. But yeah,
and it was pretty funny.
So like, but like I was running those things. Like, again, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to make little cartoons. Get it? So me coming back to drawing and being way happier about it. Yeah, it feels great. Like, when I have my fucking sketchbook here, which I don't know why I picked it up. You guys can't fucking see it. Let me put that back fucking down. When I have this fucking thing here, and I'm looking through it.
Theater of the mind, Aleks.
Theater of the mind. When I'm looking through it, I feel happier looking at my shitty little drawings or how in just a few weeks, it's only been like 2 weeks since I've actually like started to really try. Because again, I've drawn and doodled before, but I never really tried to improve, right? Only when I finally started to try to improve on the thing that I used to love so much that I actually feel a lot happier. Video games
You're looking
suck
at
now.
this thing. Like, when you... let's use RuneScape as an example. When I'm playing RuneScape, and oh man, I hit level 60. For the first time in 10 years, now I can wield a dragon dagger. Okay, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, that's all I got. That's all I really got. When you went back to drawing... and I stand by what I said to this earlier. I think you have genuinely, like, a lot of fucking talent for drawing. Because just the
pressure! Like, the pressure, bros!
the past, like, what, 2 weeks? You've outclassed me in pretty much every single way that I know how to draw. Like your talent is basically raising your skill floor. I don't know why my voice cracked there. Talent is raising your skill floor, and like it didn't take very long for you to be like, oh yeah, I know this, and that. I picked up on that super easy. You're able to kind of progress through a lot of these earlier stages faster than I would when I was like drawing and doing shit. Because I used to draw, but only when I got really, really mad at something. So I have a sketchbook where I put the reason I got mad. The first one in there is Lucio booped me off the stage 4 goddamn cocksucking times. And so I drew a Pac-Man throwing a bomb in the air. Because they're both circles. Anyway, I got off track there, but you're doing good, Aleks.
But yeah, what I want to say is that it feels 20 times better to have, say, drew my little shitty picture of 22 or like uni here. I'm holding this up even though you can't see it, because whatever, I'm just a character actor. I don't care, I'm gonna go with it, alright? You just picture it in your head. Hold my
Alright,
shitty
Aleks, I'm looking.
Alright, so...
I'm looking. Aleks, you got a lot of garbage on your desk. You need to clear that off.
It's true, though, I do. But shut the fuck up, alright? Just hear me out. Alright. So, I feel so much happier just scrolling through, seeing 2 weeks of me doing art and seeing how it's steadily improving so fast already than I ever have in getting a shitty skin in a battle pass in Fortnite. Fuck video games. Pursue an actual hobby that gives you something of use and in the real fucking physical world that you can look at and be proud of. Because when I drew that first picture of 22, the first picture of like it was like day 4 of me doing art, but like that little picture was already a step up above anything I've ever drawn back on Drunk Duck back in the years. That took like 6 hours. Doesn't look like it took 6 hours, but doing curly hair is really hard, alright? You have no idea how much of a mistake giving her curly hair was. But after I did that, after like 6 hours, I just had that over here, just propped up in my little like bed here. I could just look back to it every time I was doing anything else with my friends. I'm thinking, damn, I just made that today. That looks fucking awesome. And the same goes with like right now. I see this little picture. This looks so great compared to when I was just drawing like shit on Drunk Duck, back when we did that a couple of years ago. Or just drawing just 2 weeks ago when I first learned how to do sketch lines. Look at how good this looks, all things considered.
I'm looking, Aleks. I see it. Wow.
Just shut up and listen, all right? This is important. The point is that it feels very, very satisfying to have made something and to be actually learning how to do something that I genuinely enjoyed and improve upon the thing that made me happy as a kid. Now,
you have a physical representation of something you made that you had to learn and apply skills for.
Basically,
You can look at that back. Shit, I did that. It's like to make a nerd comparison. It took me 14 hours in Dragon Ball FighterZ to get my first win, and the reason I got that win is I did there was a blue Vegeta combo that when I first started, I'm like, this is fucking impossible, and it took 7 hours to even get the motions down because I was starting from ground zero, and then I pulled it off. I'm like, oh, holy shit, that felt good. Even though, much lesser because it's just a fucking video game. It's not like an actual thing. But yeah, that's kind of another example of what you're talking about there.
Yeah. So my message to the people out there is that even if pick up a new hobby if video games start to depress you. It's gonna feel shitty to give up on the thing that you love so dearly. I know how it feels. It was the worst thing ever. I'm not saying it to never play video games ever again. I'm still playing games. I'm playing Samurai Showdown. But here's the thing with Samurai Showdown. It doesn't have a battle pass. It doesn't have loot boxes. Someone once complained to me on a fucking V thread when I was talking about Shadow when it first came out. And he was like, I really wish there were more unlockable costumes or anything from something. I feel like it's kind of shitty there's nothing to unlock. And I said to him, but that's the best fucking part, is that you just play the fucking game. So I'm trying to, I don't want to cut video games off for literally forever, but what I'm trying to do is specifically avoid any type of video game that has that kind of battle pass feature, that has that kind of just daily bonus weekly bullshit. I'm just playing video games. I'm playing games pretty much made before 2012. A couple handhelds, I got Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure after I beat Rush. And I'm playing Sam Show and shit, but I'm cutting down a lot of that bullshit, and I'm focusing more on just doing art every day or two, and trying a little thing new every day. It's gonna take a long time. It's only been 2 weeks, but I'll see you in 2 years when this shit looks fucking sick. All right, you know what I mean?
In 2 years from now, when you've bought an island with your dog dick money,
dude, I'm gonna marry Notch, get half of Minecraft from our divorce, and then buy an island with my dog dick money. All right, you don't even understand.
Aleks, here's what you gotta do with video games, too. You gotta make me take the indie pill. Stop giving a shit about AAA games. I played Bug Fables, which is coming out within, the next 6 months. I don't remember what the release date is. I played that game for, 60 hours over the course of 3 weeks. Indie games are great.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to give up on video games forever, always, all the time. I'm just going to specifically focus on games that I know for a fact aren't going to try to cheat me. You know what I mean? I'm going to specifically pick games that I know are of a higher quality, or at least focus more on gameplay itself rather than gameplay as a loop to get me to spend more money on their bullshit. But so Tat, that's what I have been doing. I have finally gone back to drawing, and I've been so proud of it. I've even been sending it to my grandma, because my grandma used to be one of the people that told me to draw when I was a kid. And she fucking is so happy that I'm actually doing it again. Again, I feel proud and happy inside. So, Ted, how are you holding up?
Yesterday I chipped my tooth on a beer bottle.
Nice!
And then I found out I don't have insurance anymore. It's gonna cost me $200 to get it fixed.
Well, what do
Start
you
crying live on stream.
You mentioned that you've been hit with the slump before. So what did you do to try to improve it? What is your tips for people, the young idiots like us in the audience here? What do you suggest that they do to better themselves and whatnot?
Well, okay. First of all, don't be like the stupid rednecks in my town who are literally lighting off fireworks right now as I'm trying to record a fucking podcast. So if you hear that while I speak, right there, it's pretty great. That's tip number one. Please don't light off fireworks near me. Oh, by the way, I had a firework explode next to my ear, and now I have hearing loss in my right ear a little bit too.
Nice.
It's been great. It's been a good month for me. When I hit the slump, and I went over this a lot in the quarter life crisis one, but I was like, man, I want my own physical manifestation of my skill into a thing. And then I did the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, because my happiness is always inversely proportional to yours, if Aleks is happy, then I have to be sad. And if I'm sad, Aleks has to be happy. That's just how it works. That's how we keep the universe balanced. I joke about it. I'm not like super sad. But
I'm not super sad, I swear.
I started backsliding a bit because the Sit Boys thing, I keep having all these fucking problems with it. Like, the actual ass podcast, I've only done in the past, like, 4 months. I don't know, like, 3. There was Homestuck number 5, and then we did some Noise Boys, and, like, that was it. Like, I haven't... The thing that made me feel happy was making these podcast things, saying, hey, I'm proud of that thing that I made. And I haven't been able to do that as much, because I've been, like, wrapped up with all this other shit going on. Luckily... I'm literally going to finish Sit Boys tomorrow, Wednesday, July 17th, or I'm going to kill my cousin Joe and then release it anyway. You know, however that plays out. But I'm finally fucking done with that, so I was able to, like... I realized, like, that was kind of, like, keeping me down, because all the time I had to keep going back to that, going back to it. But just recently, like, I put out another episode of D&D. Fuck, that's right. With the D&D, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna edit an episode of this, and it was like 3.5 fucking hours of audio, 5 audio tracks. I get 95% of the way through and realize, oh, I already uploaded this one. It's been a pretty good month for me, Aleks. Pretty great, pretty epic, pretty keto.
Well, you see, Ted, I remember you talking about, like, if I may bring it up, you used to talk about how you really wanted to make something as well. You really wanted to do all this stuff too, and it might be a little weird for me to say it for you, but I feel like
right, yeah.
I feel like
about
it's
the
important.
Bug Fable stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I feel like it's still important because it felt like it was really interesting, and fans should probably hear it because it's pretty cool and can't get those clicks somehow. Am I right? Where like you were depressed that all of your friends, myself included, up until now, weren't doing anything really cool or really like they would try something and then give up halfway through and would never pursue it any longer.
It was awful to see, like, so many people would have ideas or want to do things, but never, like, get the... this is probably the wrong word for it. But, like, not have the gumption to talk like a 1940s detective.
The fuck does gumption mean?
I don't know. It's a detective thing. They didn't have the pick themselves up by the bootstraps mentality. Go in there and give your manager, look him right in the eyes and a firm handshake, and you'll get a 6-figure paying job. That kind of mentality. I'm just
a real go-getter mentality, real enthusiasm.
Basically, a lot of people that I was around
motivation
would have they wouldn't have the ambition,
the drive,
or the motivation, the drive. Yeah, people didn't seem to really give a fucking shit about anything, and when everyone around you is like that, it sucks. Because my thing, and I had this like revelation. So I was helping the Bug Fables dudes. I was helping them, like, they're about to go into beta, and I'm like, they gave me a copy, like, hey, playtest this before we get to beta so we can get rid of a lot of the stuff. You know, a lot of the obvious stuff, the broken stuff, we can fix that so we don't have a million reports of the same issues. And I spent, like, before beta actually came out, I spent 45 hours, I think. I was basically putting in, like, 5 to 6 hours a day after work. And I'm like, once I got to, like, hour 39, I'm like, why am I doing this? And I'm like, well, this is a fun game, but, like, there's got to be more to it. And then it, like, clicked me. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm trying to live vicariously through these guys and, like, not pretend, but, like, encourage someone else to do what I want to do, which is to make, like, a super cool, awesome, like, thing. In this case, it would be, you know, this Paper Mario styled game. I want them to do their stuff and be successful, and I want to help them and give them the tools to do it. And I'm like, damn, I'm probably, like, projecting myself onto them or something.
You see,
so that was like the revelation that I kind of had about that, and how that's one of the reasons I think why I just one of the, like, it's not the main reason. I also enjoy seeing other people make a thing. And, like, when you were sending me stuff, you've been sending me like these YouTube videos about like how terrible video games are.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Alex, I'm sorry, I have work to do. I can't watch. Yes, video games suck. EA bad. Loot box bad. Unga bunga bunga.
Hey.
Video games suck. But then you would send me like your drawings or TV man shit. And I'd be like, all right, push everything else to the side. Let me check this out. Because I want you to keep doing that. I want to encourage you to keep doing productive, good thing.
But hey, excuse me, Sweaty, but me hating video games is what fuels my creative drive. If I don't keep watching those 3 different guys, if I don't keep watching Bellular News, aka, hold on, I don't keep watching Jimbo
Upper Echelon Gaming,
Upper Echelon Gaming, and fucking Bellular News, because they are the trifecta. You see, they're a different point of view on the same news.
There's only 2. You said like
no,
Upper
I said
Echelon Gaming.
No, I said Jimbo Bimbo, aka Jim Sterling.
Oh, fuck off.
No, so like, here's the thing. All 3 of them will cover the same exact topic, but they're 3 different extreme points of view. Bellular News is the fucking bootlicker consumer, just be happy, consume product and get excited for new product. He's that guy. Then Upper Echelon Gaming is the based and red-pilled guy, in air quotes. And then Jim is a big fat communist. You get the same news, but 3 different perspectives, so you can then form your own perspective based on that. That way you get the real full story. That is why I do it. And that you get a better informed decision watching multiple people to cover the same topic. But then also it makes me realize that, video games suck, and it keeps validating my decision to drop video games and for art. It is fueling me to succeed in my own other thing. So yes, it is actually important. And maybe it'll make you hate video games too.
Impossible. I have bug fables now. I can never hate video games.
But one thing I wanted to cover too, because you mentioned this guy making a game. Are you done? Because I wanted to cover this other guy I was talking to.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so there's this guy who's been messaging me just a couple days ago, actually. And he is trying to make his own little indie game by himself. And he was just sending me it because he's just a fan of the podcast. I'm not going to put him on blast. I'll keep his identity a secret because I don't know if he wants me to share it, But... Mm-hmm. He's been talking to me about it and asking for advice about how to do things. And I was telling him about my drawings and shit, and he really likes them. And I liked the idea that he also just really wants to make something and is trying really hard. Like, he's got the little, hub world he's doing. He showed me how he's got, the boss character's, voice. He was asking me for tips, or I told him, how to, better write a villain and shit. It felt nice to help this guy pursue his interest, and it's kind of what made me want to do this episode, because I want to have more people who might be bummed out try to pursue things. You know what I mean? This guy inspired me to try to reach out to all of you in the audience here that stop playing video games, stop wasting your time, and actually go do a real hobby worth doing. As it's going to sound incredibly rude, but legitimately, do something more productive. You don't have to give up video games, just play them a little less. I've actually rediscovered the fun of League of Legends, playing 95% fiddlesticks in every game I've played for the past couple of months. It's still fun, but it's only because I've been doing that. I'm not saying don't give up video games. They're perfectly fine to still play, but do them a lot less. You should
have something else as a primary goal that you're working towards.
Exactly. That's my advice to pretty much everyone else here.
See, you got a little nip of that bug, Alex, that I want to help other people bug. See, you're becoming a good person, Alex. Everyone clap.
All it took was for video games to suck that hard. When video games are so bad, it makes you a better human being.
Okay, so I think that'll do it for this episode. There's no real need. I mean, we've said what we want to say. There's no real... We already hit that 10-minute and 30-second long minimum YouTube video to maximum ad revenue, so we really don't need to talk any further, right?
Thanks for the free money, suckers.
You can find the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. There's a Discord in the description, as well as a Patreon in the description. Keep an eye out. I'm going to be putting up a bunch more revivals and catching up. Revival of Dungeons & Dragons Real Play podcast. Those are very fun. I'm going to try and convince the DM to let me do a recap so people can catch up, but we'll see how that goes. that I mentioned also for those eagle-eyed listeners. That's a revival of Dungeons and Dragons Real Play Podcast reference.
Based.
For those eagle-eyed listeners, I mentioned, I think in the last questions of the month, that I was going to look into doing a Let Me Tell You About episode about this dude who like was making a game that didn't exist. But that actually didn't pan out. What I thought it was, and what all signs are pointing towards, was this skeevy dude was like stealing money from like charity associations and all these funds to make a shitty fighting game. But no, he was just like some nerd who had no idea how to make a video game or have any of the skills for it.
Nice.
So it's not a very interesting story. So unfortunately that one died. That's happened a lot actually, where I've gone down leads for podcast episodes. That's one of the reasons I was getting kind of bummed, is I would find a lead for an episode and then it would peter out. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to fucking bullshit I don't want to bullshit an episode about this. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and end this episode. Let me tell you about number 100 is coming up. I'd have to actually go through and count it, but I could also just lie and call one number 100 and no one would know.
Wait,
so we'll see what we do.
Is it 100 counting the lost episode or not?
That's the thing. If we count the lost episode, then I think this one is episode 100.
Well, then we'll not count it for the sake of making the next episode special then.
Easy. Free as fuck. Dab. Catch you guys next episode.